All right, so now we have the men's 1,500 meter race. This is the long one. The qualifying time for Olympic trials is a 15:39.89. That means that these swimmers need to hold about a 102.6, which means 102.6 per 100, or 31.3 per 50 in order to make the Olympic trial cut. We had some swims this morning, and some of the names you may recognize from Highlander Aquatic Club. Ryan Turner was a 15:55. Brady Began from Rockville, Montgomery was a 15:57.9. And Cooper Zachar Kemi from Rockville, Montgomery was a 16:01. So those are the top 3 times this morning, and they're going to be hoping that those times will be good enough to get a top 8 swim. The early leader down in lane 8 is Bryce Rohr. He's out in a 58.3. 30.8 was his split. Sean Green, 30.5 is in second. We're already seeing a couple of swimmers starting to pull away from the pack. And right off the bat, we have Sean Green, 30.8. We have Bryce Rohr with a 31.9. Like we said, these guys need to be holding 31.3s if they're going to have a shot to make the Olympic trial qualifying time. And again, this race, you kind of think of it, it's a 1,500. That's 3 500. Just swim the first 500 strong. You want to put a little more energy into the second 500, and then put some more energy into the third 500 after that. Try to build the race for yourself. Sean Green at the 200 turns it a 2:00. And Jari Zhu from Aquajets is in second. He's towards the bottom of your screen in lane 7. He's at 2:01.3. This heat is significantly faster than anybody in the morning. The fastest 200 split from the morning was a 2:07.0. All of these guys are faster than that. They're all 2:01s, 2:03s. So, but right now, Sean Green is out-splitting the field. He's the only one splitting 30 points. And 30.8 and he is 30, his last 3 splits were 30.89, 30.80, 30.88. I mean, he is a machine right now. He's just clocking off those 30.8s. Let's hope I didn't jinx it for him. 30.7. So, he is in a strong position. We got a lot of swimming left, but if he can maintain these splits, he will be competing at the Olympic trials in the 1,500 in Indianapolis. The Olympic trials are going to be this summer in Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Lucas Oil Field. It's the NFL stadium for the Indianapolis Colts. This is going to be the first swim meet ever conducted in an NFL stadium. They're going to put the pool in the end zone. We're going to have the bowl on the one side, providing 3 sides of seating. They're going to put temporary seating on the football field, to get that 4th side to give us a full stadium effect. The capacity of that stadium will be 30,000, roughly 30,000 spectators. So, if you want to see some great swimming in an amazing venue, head to Indianapolis this summer. If you go to usaswimming.com, you can check out the ticket prices and things like that. There are a lot of tickets left, but they are going fast. So now Sean Green, while I was talking about the trials, slipped up to a 31.2, 31.2. He's still in good shape. He's 400 meters into this race. He's in very, very strong shape. In lane number 7, Jari Zhu, he's holding 31.3s, 31.2. So he's actually in very good shape too. His splits are right where you need to be to Olympic trial qualifying. And coming into the 500, 5:13 is 1/3 of the Olympic trial qualifying standard. I think we're going to see Sean and Jari Zhu both under that time. Matthew Marsteiner is in 3rd. He's 31 mids right now. So Sean Green turns at a 5:06. Jari Zhu turns at a 5:08. And Matthew Marsteiner turns at a 5:12. So they're all under the pace. Remember, that includes the first 100 where you dove in, you had a little bit extra speed. Matthew Marsteiner is going to have to pick up the tempo a little bit if he's going to make that trial cut. Evan Gluck looks pretty strong too. He's 31.9. Again, not quite on pace, but you know, we never know. Now we're in the second 500. You know, it's kind of a little bit of a, it's where, you know, psychologically you got a long way to go. You've crossed that first threshold of the first 500 meters, but you do have a little bit of a ways to go. You got to make sure you're thinking about your tempo, thinking about your technique, thinking about you know, the little things, keeping your mind in the race, keeping awake, keeping alert, not daydreaming. All of a sudden your splits start to drop off a little bit. Sean Green, 31.1 last split, 31.1 again. Again, that's right where he needs to be for Olympic trials. Jari Zhu, 31.5. I think he needs to be a little bit faster than that to get that trial cut. Need to be about a 31.3 on these 50s. Sean Green, 31.4. That's his first split. Slower than Olympic trials qualifying pace, but it's right at it. You can have one or two when you've been holding the splits he has. You can have one or two get away from him a little bit. Jari Zhu, 31.6. So we've talked about the women's score. We've talked about the men's score. That's a 31.3. Now getting back down to it. I think that's right where Sean needs to be. Now the combined scoring for this meet, the team scores. In order to score combined points, you must have women and men scoring in the meet. In 8th place, Long Island Aquatic Club with 626 points. Just about 30 points ahead of them. Nassau Wildcats is 656. In 6th place, FMC Aquatics 752. And with 805 points in 5th place is Rockville Montgomery. 806 points, 1 point ahead is Aqua Jets in 4th. The Academy Bullets just slightly ahead of them with 35 points, 835 points, just ahead of Aqua Jets. It's in 3rd. Nova Virginia, 901 points. And just dominating the field is Nation's Capital with 1,288 points. So a lot of great races within there. Sean Green, another 31.2. He's at the 800 mark. His time is at 8:14. There is a men's 800, and so his time in the 800, if it's fast enough, could qualify him for Olympic trials. You can use intermediate spits to qualify. 8:18.54 is Jari Zhu, 31.6. He's had a few of those. He's been consistently 31.6, 31.7. I think he's going to need to pick those splits up just a little bit if he's going to have a shot at the Olympic trials. At the 900 mark, Sean Green, 31.3 again, 916.9. So the time we're coming up, when these guys get back down to this end of the pool, we're going to be looking at the 1,000-meter split. Obviously, Sean Green still out in front of the pack, but the goal here is to be a 10:20, under 10:26. if you're 10:26, you're definitely on pace. I think we're going to see Sean Green several seconds ahead of that. Jari Zhu's going to be close, I would imagine. Sean Green is a good, solidly 6 seconds under the pace to make the Olympic 12 qualifying time. And Jari Zhu, he turns at a 10:25.3. He's about a second ahead, but these 31.8s that he's now starting to throw are starting to be, that's going to be troublesome. He needs to, hopefully his teammates are on the side of the pool. His coach is going to get him going and cheering for him and pick up so he can pick up the tempo here. Sean Green, 31.2 is in great shape, cruising. At the end of the night tonight, we will have banners for our championship teams, and we will also, the top 2 men's teams, top 2 women's teams, and top 2 combined teams will receive banners that they can take home and hang up in their facility. Oops, Sean Green, 31.7. Come on, bud, get it back down there. And again, every now and then, you see a split get away from you, but that's nothing to panic about. We'll also have performance awards, so we take a look at the best performances of the meet for an individual swim from any swimmer. We will also, I believe we have high point awards too. And then Coach of the Year awards. We have a Coach of the Year for the women's and for the men's race. All right, Sean, 31.7. That's 3 in a row now that he's been off the pace. But again, he spent a lot of time putting a lot of good splits into the bank. But I think he's still going to be in pretty good shape. Another 31.5. That's better. A couple tenths, so he's 12.26 at the 1,200 meter mark. Yeah, Sean Green needs to be at least a 12:31 there. He was 12:26, so he's 5 seconds ahead of the pace. So he can be a little bit off the pace each of these links. 31.8, but you know he wants to be 31.3, so he's 5 seconds off. He's just giving back 5 tenths, so he's got to be a little bit careful. You know, Jari Zhu's starting to come back a little bit, 31.5, so his tempo's getting a little better. Now these guys, you know, they're about 200 meters to go here. They know now they can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you know, now we start to see where they start to pick up their tempo a little bit. So again, Sean Green still 4 seconds ahead of the pace, so it's pretty comfortable. He's got 200 to go. When Sean comes back, he's going to want to be 14:37, I want to say at least. And I think he'll be under that pace. 31.6, that's a little bit better. And you'll see these guys, the last 100, they're going to start picking up the tempo. You know, they're grinding this out right now. But when you hear that bell coming, they're going to start hearing bells here as they come under the 1400, at the 1400. The timers are ringing the bells for them. And that means, all right, one more lap, down and back one more time. Sean Green, 14:33, still 4 seconds ahead, 31.7. He hears the bells, they all do. What's actually interesting is that these guys are really all, I mean, it's a very tightly spaced heat. There's only 2 swimmers that are slower than the pace set by Ryan Turner this morning. Yeah, so our 2 guys, we have 2 swimmers in this heat that will not finish in the top 8, I don't think, and because of the spectacular swimming this morning by Ryan Turner and Brady Began. But here we go, coming under the flags. 14:34 is the trial cut, and like we predicted, Sean Green had a great swim, makes the cut. But very, very impressive, very impressive is Jari Zhu, who was splitting 31.5s, 31.7s, 31.8s. All of a sudden, last 300, 31.3, 31.0, 28.9. Had he split another 31 high, he would not have made the trial cut. 32 would not have made the cut. He splits a 28.9. That's a blazing last 50, which gets him an Olympic trial qualifying time. Congratulations, Jaru. And then in 3rd place, we have Nathan